Hello and welcome back to Forspoken. Today, I'll be continuing the plot. And doing that one last detour that you can see over on the east there. That was my mistake.
Really? Thank you.
So let's find Robian, shall we?
Goodness.
See what he's up to.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Once we trade in a poppet for a new cloak. Now this is the reason I'm not upgrading equipment as much as I can quite yet, because I want to be able to show off, have a reason to show off different outfits that we get or different items, and this is a good way of doing it, just keeping them all at the basic level so that we can see which ones give best health upgrades and which stat upgrades and stuff like that. Like this one gives us a decent boost to our health and a slight boost to our defense, which is nice. It also means that whenever we critically hit anything now, we'll get a bit of health back, and it's a nice pretty cloak as well. I quite like the design on the back. Some pretty interesting looking ones, so I kind of want to show them off. This is a nice part of Cipal. Time to find where Robian's gone.
I'm so happy the crops weren't ruined. And my dad said if we didn't have any grain, we'd all starve to death.
Please, you've got to stop this at once.
Sounds like trouble.
Yo, what's going on here?
The Robian's trying to desecrate a lovely old ballow tree. He's, got himself a mite worked up. You're blue, and the bloomers too! We've tried explaining to him that he can't just run amok in the grove like this. That there is our last ballow.
All right, just cut him some slack, okay? He's been living in the break for the past 20 years. He's just taking some time to adjust. He'll be back to himself soon.
You keep telling yourself that.
Father! Father! It's Odin.
Odin? Odin? My dear girl, what are you doing here? I was supposed to see you there. I cannot see you there if you are here.
It's all right. I will take you there, and we will be there together. Apologies.
Be a good man, Sir Robian, and hand it over.
Please, Father, give it to them. Please. Thank you. We'll take it from here.
Just make sure that he doesn't.
He won't. You have my word.
Oh, Odin. I'm such a fool.
You are no fool. I believe in you. I told them you wouldn't harm the tree, but I never said that I wouldn't. Now is our chance.
Once again, breaking the law.
I don't do it proudly. But all I do is for Athia. And if my father believes this could help, then I believe it too.
Hey, Bob.
A strange young girl from another world.
Yeah. I, have your notes on the portals. The Tirana?
Oh my, he's much worse than I believed.
Forgive me. My mind's a little wibbly-wobbly. Wobbly-wibbly.
Voosh?
Huh? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Yes, Voosh! I need a Voosh back home, where I came from, after I killed this crazy lady. If I survive.
You will.
I will go back home, or I will kill the crazy lady?
One or the other. Maybe both, maybe neither. Who's to know?
Sounds promising.
Yes. Yes, I promise. I will work on making you Vush. You have my word.
Terrific. The word of a senile old has-been. Ironclad.
Great.
What am I doing in the grove?
Let's get you home.
Audie!
Yes.
Come on. Catch you guys later. Hey, Cuff. Speaking of Bob, how come he didn't turn into a zombie? He came right through the break with us.
I'd say he was mostly break zombie already, wouldn't you?
Strange how Auden seems to love Bob so much.
Strange? Why?
Well, I don't exactly think the world of my parents. I guess being left on your own for years doesn't hit everybody the same way.
And why should it? Humans are horrendously complex creatures, after all.
Olivia. Barely knew the kid, but she just stuck with me. She had fire.
And now it's been extinguished. Somebody has to pay.
Yeah, it's just more
Let us proceed
examples
to
of
the
Auden being
archives,
kind
then.
of awesome.
It's in the upper city, right?
It's quite like her first and only real loyalty is to Athia itself, and not to the people in charge of it. As long as it's going to help Athia, she doesn't care what kind of rule she has to break to do so. She's just a very driven young woman, and she's very fun to follow because of that. And she also acts as a perfect foil, along with her father, to Frey as well, because Frey is all about the negativity in her life,
You there.
and they counteract that with their positivity.
It's about Serobian. Actually, it's about everything. The city, too. We owe you our thanks. Had you not been here, who knows how many more would have suffered?
I could have done more.
Please. I know you are in pain, but you must not lose heart. The bard at the square, Wallace. Do you know him? He may be a frivolous, nonsensical sort of person, but his talent is undeniable. Perhaps a tune might do you good. Truly, his music has the power to soothe the soul.
Wait, you're not telling me she's... Really? That foppish nonsense?
Fangirl? Whatever do you mean?
That you like him so much, like it totally drives you insane?
It truly seems so to you. His music gives me a certain courage, that's all. A sense that it may not be altogether foolish to hope for a brighter tomorrow.
Wow, I guess I'll have to listen harder.
You plan to face Tantas, do you not? Those of my line have long been her most faithful protectors, though such a legacy is no longer one to speak of with pride. Take care. She is not to be trifled with.
I loved it, Millie, as a fan of Wallace's work. It's so
The
cute.
dutiful sword maiden and the foppish bard, eh? What a pair.
Yeah, it's like the plot of a corny romance novel.
Yeah, some of the question marks don't really appear on the map very effectively. Some of them just kind of show up on the way to other things. But they're fairly easy to spot when that happens. Because this is me making sure there's no other question marks that I've missed. And noticing that detour on the far east that I've missed. So let's go do that, shall we, real quick, before we actually continue the plot.
Don't you think we'd better learn more about Sila before charging off into the wilds?
Yeah, it seems 22 minutes is the limit before the videos start to corrupt a little bit, which is annoying, but at least now I kind of know, and hopefully it won't affect the cutscenes, but we'll see. So this is why I'll be keeping the parts shorter in the future, to avoid that continuing to happen. It seems to be working so far.
We cannot leave the
As long as
city
it's less
yet.
than 20 minutes, it seems.
How are we to defeat an enemy we know nothing of?
It may also be because something might be running in the background as well, so I'll make sure to keep that shut down to reduce that happening as well. Because it's probably a combination of all those things. Or we could just say that breaks effect from recording software. Seems appropriate, really, for this to be the LP that has the technical difficulties. Yeah, Neil lost the thing.
Hey, hold up.
Luckily, it's very kind of gives you a lot of time to catch up with the cat if you do lose it temporarily. So it's not a complete, it's like immediate loss and having to go over to the beginning, which is good because that's quite frustrating when that happens.
This is where you were taking us.
Apparently that sheep collects puppets too.
Aw, is this for me?
So let's finally continue the plot, shall we? Once I've made sure no other detours are around to get in the way of doing so. Because of course once you miss the detours and question marks at certain points, you can't really go back to them with the exemption of the one for the prayer up by the big building at the north. Those are the only repeatable ones. I was just checking if I could fast travel whilst already in Cipal, but you can't just kind of warp to the square from other parts of Cipal, which is a shame. Because it would have made the journey a bit faster. But yeah, you can only fast travel when you're, at least in Cipal, when you're already not in Cipal. So you can't just kind of fast travel from point to point in Cipal, it's not like Majora's Mask. There's a lot of stairs. It's time to finally hit the archives and meet one of my personal favourite characters in the game. Probably tied with Odin for my favourite character, really. But in a different way.
Huh. So these are the archives.
Catch!
Whoa! What is this? And who are you?
I'm the Archivist. Auden told me you were clever. How do you not know what a book is?
No, I know what a book is. You don't look like an archivist.
You don't look like a hero.
That's because I'm not.
I used to be a blacksmith before. Built weapons for the very woman that raided our city. She and I were quite close. She trusted me, and I trusted her.
Sorry.
No matter, it was another time. She was another woman, as was I. Keep up!
Is everybody in this town batshit crazy? Okay, so how do you go from a blacksmith to a librarian?
Archivist! And a smart woman knows when to shift her purpose for the needs of her people. Catch!
What is this?
It's the floor plan of Sila's castle.
What are you, my fairy godmother?
Name's Johidi. You're the one that's planning on facing off with Sila.
Well, the name's Frey, and it sounds like you don't think I'm up to the task.
Tanta Sila is the strongest and most formidable of all the Tantas. She controlled the army, crushing the weak, even without the weapons that I forged for her. Crushing them with her bare hands.
I'm beginning to have second thoughts about this.
This batty old Harridan needs to shut her mouth.
You would be doing our land a great service by killing her. Rid us of Tanta Sila, and the corruption in her realm will stop spreading. But no. I doubt you'll actually succeed. Before you go, I would suggest that you learn all that you can about the Tantas. The archives, full of books about them.
Definitely not my fairy godmother.
Yeah, Johidi's amazing because she just kind of hits Faye with the same kind of negatives that she hits everyone else with at times. So she's kind of like where Auden counters her with positivity, Johidi just mirrors her basically. And she's having a lot of fun doing so, clearly. I just love her attitude in general. Also, you may recognise the actress. She's actually the same actress that played the bearded lady in The Greatest Showman musical. The movie with Hugh Jackman. So it's time to learn more about the Tantas and their history and their general vibe.
So they used to rule Athia, and people used to like them.
Yes, although you'd never guess that now.
I don't know, some of them still seem to be quite wide or die for Sila despite everything.
You're here to read, you say? Oh, I'm sorry, it's just no one in Cipal has any interest in books these days.
Yeah, you can't really see that many points of interest doing it from here, so it's not that helpful in the archives. You can just kind of have to look for the little triangles. As long as you go to all the bookshelves, you'll find them easily. So yes, Hela and Prav, it seems, were much more kind of aggressive in their madness, but Sinta and Olus are a bit more of a mystery.
Can't say I envy these people. Their rulers did some super fucked up shit.
I doubt many of them would disagree.
But we'll learn more about the nature of their types of madness as we learn more about what the Tantas actually represented and what they became. Because it's actually quite interesting with how their madness
Study of miracles
affected them.
It appears to be an in-depth analysis of what makes the Tantas' magic so powerful.
And these are cute little gameplay challenges. This is the primary way you'd actually level up phase spells, where you have these little challenges where when you complete them, the spell gets a bit more effective, but also it gives you an extra point of purple magic damage. So we're going to go with mostly use ones for now, like Poker and Leaping, because that reduces stamina usage and things like that. And we'll also make our burst shot a bit more effective.
I wonder if you might learn something from it. Pick up some tips and tricks for your own magic, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe. I could use the help.
The challenges are quite a fun little things. It kind of gives you like advice on how to play the game essentially, because some of the challenges are use spells in certain ways that are how those spells are designed to be used. So you may end up realizing how a spell works because you've done the challenge for it. Like that's how I learned how the shield spell actually worked, was doing that challenge for it.
Wait, it was the Tantas who caused the break? What the hell happened to them?
I think more than a few of their former subjects came to wonder the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a chicken and egg problem. Did the break the Tantas, or did the Tantas break the break? And a bit more context on the Lost Dr. Labyrinth as well. And now we know who wrote that journal we found in that first
thing
one.
you read, it was written by the first ever Tanta.
And it sounds like there might still be more of them to find.
Wouldn't hurt to learn more. Guess we could keep an eye out.
So, the Tantas had superpowers that they used to keep Athia safe. And the people loved them for it. Worshipped them, even. But then something changed. Instead of protecting the people, they started making them suffer. And then the break appeared.
An admirably pithy précis.
But it doesn't make any sense. Why would they just go crazy like that?
That's enough for now. Think I'm pretty clued up on the Tanta basics.
Then I suggest we depart.
And we will. That's all the stuff we do in this part. Lots of stuff to do in Cipal, so it's time to leave. Which we'll do next time, as we start properly exploring, on the way to finally make Tantas Sila face justice for what she's done. One last look at the map just to make absolutely sure that there's nothing else to do. And yeah, there's not really anything else, it's just a matter of leaving town now. And going to the south. So I'll see you then. Goodbye.